Hey, it's Todd Duncan. Welcome to the Where Success Happens podcast. Great to be with you as always. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have not done that yet, make sure you hit that button and get your subscription going. We're going to share ideas with you every single day that can make a difference. Some are going to be short shots, 5, 10 minutes long. Others are full blown interviews with people that know how to coach and help people improve their life and business experience. Certainly one of the goals that we have here. The other thing we'd love for you to do is just share, share and like these videos. If they make a difference for you and they impact you, then please let us know that. And if you would like to share them with the people you know, if you're a leader, share them with your team. If you're a salesperson, share them with your customer. If you're a, if you find it important for maybe your family, share it with your family. I had a guy that sent us an email yesterday that said the podcast "You're Gonna Die" was one of the most important things he ever did with his family. So, these are the things that we do here at Where Success Happens. So the title of this podcast is 10X Your CX. And if you don't know what CX stands for, it is the customer experience. And so we had a chance over the weekend to check in on some other YouTubers and podcasters. And there's this guy named Manny Khoshbin. And Manny's, I think the best I can tell, he's a car collector. He's got about 1 million plus subscribers. And the video had to do with his purchase of the Hermes collection MCLAREN Speedtail. This is a car. And apparently the base price for this car is $2 million. And it doesn't really matter whether you have the $2 million or not to buy a car. It matters that we learn from those brands and those products that are creating a massively powerful customer experience. Several years ago, Deb and I wrote this book called 5 Stars. The subtitle is Building High Ratings and High Trust in the Digital Age. And one of the things we talk about in this book is creating value that sticks. And value that sticks is the kind of value from the moment somebody is introduced to your brand until they purchase from your brand and for as long as they can use your brand. The job that we have is to create value that sticks. That comes in all forms of elements. Some of it can be packaging, some of it can be look and feel, some of it can be follow up, some of it can be packaging and branding and all of those things. It's just really remarkable when you think about what the customer experience can look like. So one of the examples that we like to use is that we were celebrating Deb's birthday, and we went to the Montage Resort in Laguna Beach, California, where we live. And we valeted the car, and we went in, and we had a wonderful dinner together. And when we exited, we went upstairs, and our car had already been brought up, which was part of the customer experience. And so apparently there's some kind of linkage between when you pay your bill and then some communication up to valet that the Duncans are done, their car should be up top, blah, blah, blah. And so we had a beautiful experience. We get in the car, and in the car is a happy birthday card. And it is signed by everybody on the valet team. And then in the cup holders are 2 Montage coffee mugs and then 2 Montage hats. So we got a birthday card, 2 hats, and 2 mugs, all beautifully done and branded, right? So where does that leave us with the MCLAREN Speedtail? Well, apparently the car comes in a box. And if you watch the video that Manny has on the acquisition of this car, it comes in a box from the manufacturer, and the box is carefully opened. The car is completely sealed and wrapped, and the white glove team is there, and everybody's kind of moving around. They've all got their white gloves on. And as you watch his quick video on this, it's amazing to see that the experience is nothing short than just awe-striking, right? It's just like, wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. And yet we're not talking about you or I having a $2 million product. Maybe it's a $20,000 product. Maybe it's a $2,000 structure, a fee, or this, that, or the other thing. Who knows? And, you guys can figure that out as you watch this. But value that sticks has to do with the entire experience, not only from the start, but all the way through the customer's journey, all the way to the end of the customer's journey, and then whatever you do beyond that. And beyond that is important because, if Manny's experience with the Speedtail McLaren is positive, which it should be, right, then he's going to have a positive relationship with that brand, which means he's going to talk positively about that brand, and he is going to use that brand time and time and time again. You can think about any customer experience you've ever had, good or bad, and you can think about the appeal to bring you back to that brand. So if you take a look at 5 stars and you take a look at the idea of value sticking, then what you have to do is you have to take a look at the question: what can you do to elevate your customer experience? What can you do to make your customer feel special, to feel valued, and to feel worth what they're doing with you, whatever the investment is, whatever the time is? And I think that sometimes the customer experience, when it is like essentially just part of like a relationship, just like part of the experience. So in other words, it's not necessarily planned out. It's not necessarily architected, but it's just general, like, what could I do if I'm a sales provider? What could I do if I'm a product provider? What could I do to blow the customer's mind? So since we're on the car theme with the McLaren Speedtail, I did not buy a McLaren Speedtail, but what I did do is I bought a Range Rover. But here's what's interesting about my customer experience. So first of all, like, I wasn't in the market for a car. My wife and I have been talking about maybe doing something, and I had passed the dealership on my way home one day after work, and I was probably 10 minutes past the dealership, and I turned around and went back, and I don't know why. Maybe it was flow, maybe it was intuition, maybe it was just luck. It could be all those things, right? But I turned around, got on the dealer lot, and started looking at some of the Range Rovers there, and I actually fell in love with this one. I thought it was really beautiful. I thought its lines were incredible. It was a beautiful, beautiful car. And so I could tell that the sales guy was starting to feel that I liked the car. So what did I do? I do what everybody does that doesn't want to be pressured by a salesperson. And I looked him in the eye and I said, I like the car, but I've got to talk my wife into it. That's all I said. I've got to talk my wife into it. And I don't know if that was just a random way for me to buy myself some time, or if it was a way to maybe delay any pressure that evening on trying to buy the car that night. Anyway, without blinking an eye, the sales guy, his name is Jonathan, when I said to him, I need to go home and I need to talk to my wife about it, he didn't blink an eye. And I would imagine this is part of the ethos of this Land Rover Jaguar dealership in Newport Beach. And he looked at me and he said, well, do you have a driver's license? And I said, yeah. And he said, give me your driver's license. I'll take a copy and just take the car home tonight. Just take the car home tonight. And if she likes it, we can do all the deal tomorrow. If she doesn't like it, bring it back. No harm, no foul. And I thought of that and I thought, what a great way to demonstrate just a surprise that is delightful. If you like the car and you use that as an excuse, and the easy response is, hey, just take it home, then all of a sudden you can see what starts to happen. Now, what's important about this story, and again, it's an add-on to a McLaren, right? But what's important about this story is that I've probably, I don't know, communicated to maybe 30,000 people already about this brand and about the way that they do business. And that's what we're going for. When we're really talking about blowing the customer's mind and doing things that are like over the top, unexpected, delightful, that show you care, what we're talking about what Seth Godin refers to is marketing. And what he says is marketing is what other people are saying about you. So here's how I want to leave it with you. I want to leave it with you that you and your team should come up with a list of 5 to 10 things that you want to do that blow the customer's mind. And I'm talking blow their mind. Average customer service is bad customer service. Good customer service is not great enough. And the customer experience today is the number one driving force of brand retention and referrals. And we know that in the businesses that a lot of us are in that watch podcasts, we're in business. We're in business to do business well. And there's nothing more important than doing business at such a level that people run all over town and they brag on you and they brag on you and they brag on you and they brag on you. So you don't have to have a wholesale change. Great customer experiences are layered into the customer experience. And so when you 10x your CX, be thinking about, if I do this, if we do this, will it 10x our referrals? Will it 10x our sales? Will it 10x our ratings? All of those things are important, right? But at the end of the day, you will never, I will never, none of us will ever go wrong by focusing on the customer experience. So watch Manny's video. It's Manny Khoshbin. He's YouTube. Just type that in. Check out the McLaren Speedtail. Not that you have the 2 million or 3 million, apparently, after it's all done to buy that car, but watch it. And then just search great customer experiences. We're going to put some stuff in here that I think you'll like, but 10x your CX and life will be good.